कम। तो गाइस आज हम लोग दोबारा से खेलेंगे किंगडम कम्स डिलीवरेंस। तो बिना कोई देरी के लेट्स स्टार्ट।
Left. Hamburg is to the left, along the stream.
Tudod, hogy fog végződni? Hát ez rövid lesz. De...
Tekerem a nyakat, te nyomoronc!
Megtörő lesz!
Ja.
Végeztek, genyó! Most végez! Kapsz egyet!
Legjobb lesz!
Left. Hamburg is to the left, along
Tekerem
the
a
stream.
nyakat, te nyomoronc!
Kibaszok veled!
Warn the others! They've tore its scallops!
Eltaposlak, mint egy tetszett!
Hát ez rövid lesz! Gyere, te Gani! Most végez!
Yeah.
A pokóba végzett!
Run for it!
Megírtallak, te posztalista!
Flee! To Talmberg! Warn the others! They've tore its scallops!
Okay.
Kittekerem a nyakat, te nyomorult!
Left. Hamburg is to the left, along the stream. Run for it!
Welcome bro, welcome to the live stream. बस भाग ही रहा हूँ मैं.
Flee! To Talmberg!
Tudod, hogy fog még nőni?
Megöllek.
Na, gyertek, Gani!
Yeah! Flee!
Szétszabdallak, te fossz!
Yeah!
Break the glass.
Yeah!
Ui, pori.
Yeah!
भाई
Végeztek, genyó!
Yeah!
अरे यार
Nagy te, Gani!
Ma a pokóba végzett.
Kittekerem a nyakat, te nyomorult! Tudod, hogy...
ओ
Nyisd ki a francba! Ja! 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 Oh my God! Wait!
Jesus Christ!
Érje már ki valaki!
Help! Skeleton's been attacked! Do something! Help! Quickly, everyone! Get your asses here!
आवाज आ रही है क्या मेरी?
Hagyjuk! Húzzunk innen!
नॉर्मल ईयरफोन से स्ट्रीम कर रहा हूँ इसलिए हेडफोन नहीं पहना है मैंने.
Someone give him a drink. And bring hot wine and bandages. Tell me, boy, who are you, and where are you from? What in hell's name happened?
I've come from Skalitz. They burned it to the ground. Slaughtered everyone.
Who? Who burned it to the
A
ground?
huge army. They attacked without warning. And they weren't Czechs or Germans either.
Who then?
I don't know. I've never seen armor like it or heard their language. Maybe Tatars?
Tartars, you say? Well, we'll deal with that later. First, let's have a look at that leg of yours. Grit your teeth, boy. I'm gonna pull that arrow out. Easy. All done. You were lucky, lad. The arrow missed the bone. It only needed bandaging, and I've done that often enough before. War is a good teacher.
देखो strong करना पड़ेगा.
Can you stand? There you go. Good as new.
अरे अरे अरे.
Thank you.
If you idlers nothing better to do, get back to work. You'll have to speak to Lord Divish. Can you manage? Sir, this is a survivor from...
I heard, Robard. Tell me, boy, what exactly happened? Did you see the ensigns of the attackers? And were there any more survivors?
So, I don't know what army it was, but it was huge. There were dozens of banners flying on the hill above Skalitz. The ones who did the slaughtering spoke a strange language. They burned Skalitz to the ground. But a lot of people took refuge in the castle. I wasn't quick enough. And as I fled, they shouted from the battlements that I should come and warn you.
The soldiers the boy didn't recognize. They could be those Cumans of Sigismund's. It came to of his army. Sacking Gutenberg must have given him a taste for stolen silver.
Skalitz is a small castle, sir. If Sigismund attacks, they can't hold.
Indeed, Sir Robard. And our small garrison would be no help, even if we could risk sending them.
You think we're next in line?
Maybe. What's your name, boy?
I'm Henry, son of the Skalitz blacksmith.
I know him. Did he make it inside the castle? Sorry.
अरे इधर स्टेशन रेलवे स्टेशन नज़दीक में ना तो ट्रेन का हॉर्न था वो.
Anyway, thank you for risking your neck to warn us. Robard, take care of Henry. Make sure he gets something to eat and some rest.
Yes, sir.
And get all the people inside the gates. We have to prepare for the worst. Make all the necessary arrangements.
As you command, sir.
तुम क्रिकेट. हाँ मैं देखता हूँ क्रिकेट. हाँ जानता हूँ ना.
You've done well, lad. I'm sorry for your loss. You must be all done in. Why don't you go to the kitchen and have a good
अरे यार ये सोगडिना बॉलर है भाई। अभी तो नहीं खेल रहे पर खेलते थे पहले। इंडियन टीम में भी खेला हुआ है। ओ भाई सही में सही है भाई। अभी तो नहीं खेलते ना वो। पहले तो आईपीएल भी खेलते थे, अभी तो वो भी नहीं खेलते। इनसे बात ही करो ना अभी। अच्छा
You've done well, lad. I'm sorry for your loss. You must be all done in. Why don't you go to the kitchen and have a good meal? Sorrow is easier to bear on a full stomach. I heard about your father. They say he was a sorcerer who moved to be cautious.
Damn. Ah, milady.
यार क्यों
You're
क्रिकेट
fortunate our
पसंद
good
नहीं
lady Stephanie of Talmberg has graced us with a
करते
presence.
My lady, I'm honored.
So this is our brave young man.
क्यों उधर क्यों नहीं
Welcome,
करते?
lad. Bojana here will take care of you. No doubt you're tired and hungry.
Indeed. How could he not be, poor soul? After everything he's been through, he must be as hungry as a bear, aren't you, young master?
अच्छा
Here you are then. Eat your fill.
And a little wine to wash it down.
Thank you, my lady.
When you're done, you can go and rest with the grooms in the outer bailey.
No, that won't do, Sir Robard.
Certainly, lady. Young Henry here is overwhelmed by your generosity.
Yes, yes, thank you, my lady. May God reward you for your kindness.
Eat up now. You're in capable hands, so I'll leave you to it. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, man.
When you've done, you can sleep in the bedchamber of the courtyard lodge. And don't forget to take off those filthy boots before getting into bed.
मोहन बगान का अरे हाँ ना सुना ही है ना यार। मोहन बगान को कौन नहीं जानता। मतलब जो भी फुटबॉल फैंस है वो मोहन बगान जानते हैं।
How did you manage that? I'm sorry about what happened to you, but it's no excuse for rudeness.
ये वाइन नहीं पी सकते क्या? ओ भाई अभी कहाँ ऊपर जाऊँ? यहाँ
Don't you start. Oh well, I wouldn't mind a bite to eat, actually.
मैं 1 मिनट गेम सेव कर लेता हूँ. अच्छा यहाँ ये वाले घर में क्या? सो गया रे.
I hear you came from Scallas today. It must have been terrible there. How did it happen?
क्या क्या?
I'm sorry about what happened to you, but it's no excuse for rudeness.
तो ये कौन है?
You've no business here. Clear off. What was that noise? Probably some animal.
सो जाओ ना.
report it immediately. Understood. Yes, sir.
Yes?
It is I, Henry. Forgive the intrusion. I didn't wake you, boy, did I?
My lady. No, not at all. But what brings you here at this hour?
I thought you could do with a little wine. It's just what you need to help you sleep.
My lady. Thank you. You really shouldn't. You could have sent a servant.
I was going to, but to tell you the truth, I couldn't sleep either. I thought of you while saying my prayers. How awful it must have been for you. I came to offer you solace, to let you know you're not alone.
Thank you. Thank you kindly.
You're welcome. Now, Henry, I know this is all very new and strange for you. But I want you to feel at home here. You're not to worry about anything except getting better. God knows you've been through a terrible ordeal. I know what it is to be left alone in the world. Although your loss is much greater. But with God's help, the pain will ease in time. And it can help to talk about it, if you feel like it.
You might be right, my lady. I'll tell you what happened. It was terrible and unexpected. The day started just like any other. Father sent me into town on some errands. A fellow by the name of Kunnish owed money to Father, who sent me to collect it from him. Only Kunnish had no intention of paying. It got a bit heated, as often happens when there's money involved, but Kunnish still wouldn't cough up the coin. Father was too generous for his good, letting even a scoundrel like that buy on credit.
Oh.
When I'd done all the errands, I headed back home. I promised Father I'd help him with his work, and I was looking forward to it. He was forging a sword for Sir Radzik. The sword was taking shape when Sir Radzik himself came to have a look at it. He praised Father's work and said that with his smithing skills, he could easily make a living in Prague or Vienna.
You don't say.
But Sigismund's horde was already on the horizon, ready to attack the town. Sigismund, the very fact Sigismund has them with him shows what a tyrant he is.
Well, I don't know.
And then death descended on Skalitz. Father told me to take shelter in the castle while he went to get Mother. She was stranded in the town, and then I saw him knocking down one human after another. I never saw him, but then the leader of Sigismund's raiding party cut down my father without a thought.
You poor boy.
I ran to the castle like our neighbours. The men on the battlements called down to me to flee to Talmberg and warn you. I needed a horse to get to the safety of Talmberg and to warn you all.
And with all that was happening, you thought of others like a good Christian.
Then I heard a scream. It was Teresa, the mill wench. She'd been caught by a gang of human savages who planned to violate her. help her. God knows I wanted to. Even though I had the sword we made for Sir Radzig, they had me outnumbered and they were well armed too. I only just managed to grab one of their horses and ride off. I couldn't help her any more than I could have helped my parents.
It wasn't your fault.
I'll never forget the horror. It will haunt me for the rest of my life.
That's terrible. How could something like that happen?
God alone knows why he lets such things happen.
You poor boy. I understand your grief, but God is not to blame for the ills of this world. That is the work of Satan and those who do his bidding. Those who are corrupted by greed, envy, and pride. You must not lose faith, whatever life brings. Fate has not been merciful to me, and my husband either. Although in
बचाया
comparison
था
to
कि
the
नहीं बचाया
horrors
था
we
यार,
went
मुझे
through,
सही से याद नहीं है
I
शायद
was
से
young when I married my husband.
नहीं
It
बचाया
was my
उसको
father's wish. Divish was a lot older than I, but a woman must bear her lot. Shortly after our marriage, before I even got a look at Talmberg, the castle was stormed and my husband was imprisoned.
Really?
My husband had some quarrel with Sir Havel Medek of Valdek, who decided to resolve it by force. He stormed the castle, burned down the village of Probislavitz, and killed many of our men, even the old chamberlain. He imprisoned my husband in the castle and put his own garrison there.
That's awful.
I was barely 18 years old, and all of a sudden, I was left alone with Sir Robert. We didn't know what to do. We went to Prague to appeal to the king, and sought help from Divish's friends, but all to no avail. We tried for years, but it seemed I was destined to be left alone, and my
ठीक है
husband
ना
to
भाई
rot
क्या
in
हो गया
jail
अभी
in his own castle.
Years, you say?
7 years.
यार
That's how long it took before Havel.
ये तो अपने ही दुख लेके बैठ गई यार
Move it, people! Come on! Come on! We're running out of time! Quickly! We have to close the gates! You can't go back! Henry, help us!
Help us, son. Don't be a coward.
टेबल पे मैं देखो
Henry, wake up. You don't want to miss this.
What is it? What's happening?
Come to the battlements. One of our patrols reported a company heading here from Skalitz.
अभी जलाओ कैसे इसको अबे साले ठीक है नीचे ओए तो
Oh, God. Eat. Food.
ओके
But if I have to choose a place for him, then right here behind the solid walls is it. True enough. My respects to you. May the Lord watch over you.
Good day to you. May the Lord watch over you.
Hey, the men down there. Tell the people outside the walls to prepare for attack.
यहाँ हो गया तो अच्छा ये अंकल के पास
What's going on?
I don't know. It doesn't make sense. Why would Sigismund advance on Talmud in the night? Especially since he's lost the element of surprise after the raid on Scouts.
Maybe it's not him.
Then who is it? The scouts Divish sent to Scarlet to spy on Sigismund said he'd set up camp and was getting ready to storm the castle. And so Radzig is an experienced soldier. He'd surely hold the castle for quite some time. It doesn't make sense.
What else did the spies see?
Not much of anything. Before they could get close enough, this huge storm started. And you were right. Sigismund has a hell of a lot of soldiers, including all manner of mercenaries. An army like that costs a fortune. Well, anyway, we'll find out when they get here, won't we?
Aye, we will.
May the Lord watch over you.
ऑप्शन में भी
Who
बोला
goes
था।
there?
ठीक है ठीक
Newsom
है
and all his minions. Who else, Rubber?
Sir Radzig, what a relief.
Is his lordship there with you?
Yes, sir, he is right here.
What are you doing up so late, Divish? At your age, you need a good night's sleep.
Well, Ravdik, you didn't exactly pick the best time for an outing either. In a big hurry?
It was a bit of a scramble, all right. Believe it or not, this tempest is a godsend for me and my men. As my old granddad used to say, better a sore throat than a slit throat.
I'd say your grandfather was a wise man. Your messenger told us what happened.
Messenger?
The lad you sent to warn us.
He's alive? He made it to you?
He's here with me. He only got away by the skin of his teeth, though.
God.
A brave young man. But tell me, friend, how on earth did you manage to get away?
Thank God for this tempest. When it began, Sigismund's Tatars crawled into their holes and left us storming the castle for more clement weather. We were able to sneak out right under their noses. The Lord be praised. We wouldn't have stood a chance against them.
Would you like to spend the night in Talmber?
No, no. When Sigismund finds the castle empty tomorrow, he might come looking for us. We'd only be exposing you to danger. Without me and my men, he has no call to attack you.
What will you do then?
We'll march to Ratai. It's only a short way, and there we'll have a better chance of defense, and enough room for all of these people. If Sigismund should come, better bend your knee, Divish. There's no point dying in a battle that's futile.
You're right there.
Is that boy still with you?
मैं पढ़ रहा हूँ ब्रो
You have courage,
स्टडिंग
lad.
कॉलेज
That I can't deny. I am sorry about what happened. Would you care to join us?
I'd like to, sir, but first I have to return to Skalitz.
Are you mad? What do you want there?
I can't leave my mother and father. I won't leave their corpses rotting in the street. I'll join you once I've taken care of them.
Don't even think of going back there, you donkey. Are you tired of living?
Sir!
Quiet! I'm sorry about your father, but getting killed as well won't help him. Divish, make sure that lad doesn't budge from Talmberg until things quieten down.
Not to worry, friend. Anyway, he's injured and needs to recover. I'll lock him up here as if he were Havel of Balding.
I see you've grown a thick skin since your tribulation, sir. But thank you.
वो तो वैसे भी
We'll
नहीं
meet
मिलेगी
again
ब्रो
when circumstances are more favorable. Farewell.
Farewell, friend, and good fortune. Give my regards to Sir Hanush.
I will. And good luck to you and your people too. These are dark times. Move out! Anywhere, people! Move out! It's only a cold mate right here now.
Men, tonight we'll have triple patrols. Sort out the watches between you as always. And if I catch anyone boozing, playing dice or slacking off, I'll personally break every bone in his body. I want you to keep a close eye on everything nearby. Sigismund will surely have sent spies, and likely men as well, to follow the Skalitz people, now he knows they've fled. Keep your eyes peeled, and report everything to me at once. Understood? Henry, I need to have a word with you.
What is it you need?
I could use an extra pair of eyes. Yours are keen. Will you keep watch of the battlements, my men?
Is that a request or an order?
I'd rather it was a request you answered yes to.
Of course I'll help. I'll have to pay you back somehow after all you've done for me.
Splendid. And don't worry. I'll tell the men to relieve you later. Good luck to you.
ये वाला
Wandering around like a stray sheep. Must be your first watch, eh? I don't think anything much will be happening today. You can just lean against the wall and wait till morning. I'll show you what's what.
I will. Thank you.
मतलब हाँ बोलो बोलो देखो कहीं क्या बोलो कौन सा वाला ये वाला चार पर तो कैसे जाऊँ मैं पूरा घुमा के ठीक है ये प्रेस कर दो ना कौन सा वाला गेट मेन गेट जो नीचे है वो टैप करके स्किप करो।
Everyone!
We'll come with them like scallops.
See how the self-appointed king wins the love and respect of his loyal subjects.
Indeed, Robard. Sigismund of Luxembourg has a rare talent for winning people over to his cause. You may be in for a surprise. I don't think he will set his heathen dogs on us today.
Greetings, Lord of Talmberg.
That's the bastard who led the attack at Skalitz and killed my parents.
Don't be an idiot. Do you want to end up like them?
I am Sir Markvart von Aulitz. I come in the name of Sigismund of Luxembourg, King of Hungary and Croatia, who has resolved to strike against those who disrupt concord in the land and to restore order in the name of his brother, King Wenceslaus IV.
Restore order by burning and pillaging the king's estates.
Greetings, Sir Markvart. The efforts of the king's brother to bring order to this chaotic land are undoubtedly noble. It seems to me, though, that he and his army have somewhat strayed. As Burgrave of Prague Castle, I am entirely beholden to the king. And here in Talmberg, divine peace reigned until your arrival. To what then do we owe the honor of your visit?
Yesterday, His Majesty took action against the enemy of the kingdom, Sir Ratzik Kobila, who has been using the silver from the Skalitz mine to fund insurrection against the crown. Unfortunately, the insurgent escaped. Would you happen to know, noble sir, where he might be at this time?
As far as I know, the Sir Radzik of which you speak is the king's hetman at Skalitz. I find it hard to imagine that he would rebel against our king. Nevertheless, I can assure you that Sir Radzik is not at Talmberg. He would be a fool indeed to flee from one castle, where he has little chance of defense, to another, where he has even less. Or do you take the view that my humble manner is any obstacle to your army?
Am I to inform the king then that Sir Ratzik Kobila is not at Talmberg and that he has your loyalty?
Sir Radzik Kobila is not here, and I have no intentions of getting embroiled in affairs from which I have nothing to gain.
Very well, sir. As you wish. I will relay your words to the king in the hope he will be as well disposed as you seem to be.
Those who have clean consciences and goodwill may find themselves well disposed even at moments like this, when there is little cause for joy. Farewell, sir.
Auf Wiedersehen.
हाँ बोलो ना।
My lord, you have my utmost admiration.
Get on with you, Robard.
God be with you.
Why did Sigismund burn down Skalitz and then come here too?
That's war for you, lad. Certain lords have resolved to take things into their own hands and eliminate anyone who doesn't share their view. Unfortunately, Sir Radzig is one of those. And what's more, he was sitting on a pile of silver that could help King Wenceslas's allies.
So Robard, I need to get to Skalitz.
What would you do there, lad? Sigismund might have left, but the place will be swamped with robber barons, brigands, deserters, and other vermin. And anyway, your lord commanded you to stay here.
My parents died there, and I won't leave them to be ravaged by dogs. I have to bury them.
Good God, Paul.
What happened in Kuttenberg?
Gutenberg. But the good lord...
Were there many?
Indeed.
I see.
Listen, lad.
So then why...
Why do you...
So he could... So...
Take care now.
Must eat.
ठीक है ब्रो, अभी कल कंटिन्यू करते हैं हम लोग। फिर कल कंटिन्यू करते हैं, मुझे भी बहुत नींद आ रही है। तो बाय बाय, टेक केयर, गुड नाइट।